America demanded change.
Donald Trump wins the presidency.
And change is what we got.
Wash your hands, stay clean. You don't have to necessarily grab every handrail unless you have to.
The recent actions taken by American President Donald Trump so far against COVID-19 pandemic were globally confusable. Trump has increasingly minimized and pushed aside many of the top public health and scientific experts in his administration, instead relying on advice from economic advisors and outside voices in the business community who are urging him to prioritize the nation's economy above all else. Previously, Trump told Fox News he had hoped to have the country reopened by Easter on last April 12th, a timeline at direct odds with the recommendations of experts such as Fauci, the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who had previously stated that social distancing measures would probably need to remain for at least several weeks. Another crucial instance which shocked the scientific community was a self-centered tweet he created foreshadowing his desire to reopen the country, immediately mentioning, "We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself." Trump has set up something of a gladiatorial process for managing the coronavirus, in which each advisor and expert argues forcefully for the specific perspective. Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has worked as the head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases through 6 American presidents of both parties, clearly state that Trump's coronavirus briefings are really draining. Similar ideas have been expressed by Dr. Birx, who acts as the White House coronavirus response coordinator about Trump. Unlike Birx and Fauci, who have both taken pains not to publicly criticize the president too harshly, many in the scientific community are deeply alarmed by Trump's rhetoric and proposed actions, and they are making no effort to hide their concern. Scott Gottlieb, Trump's former Food and Drug Administration commissioner, in a number of tweets also warned that despite a strong and understandable desire to return to better times and a functioning economy, failing to combat the spread of COVID-19, the disease caused by the virus, could be disastrous. So long as COVID-19 spreads uncontrolled, older people will die in historic numbers, and many Americans will face problems in their usual activities, like leaving home, eating out, taking the subway, or going to the park, Gottlieb wrote.
Outspoken conservative and rocker Ted Nugent, quote, "I guess the best way I can explain it is, I really trust this president. I think he's the greatest president in the history of America. I think he's the greatest leader in the history of the human experience. I really believe in truth, logic, common sense, and those really controversial things like the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence, all those really controversial things. I absolutely believe that he is the best there is right now, and I pay attention to the president." He continued, "I'm a critical thinker. I think the number one job of a free man, a free human being, is to be suspicious. I really believe that Americans' number one job is to question authority, to constantly put the screws to our elected employees. I think we have great leadership. I think the president has clearly surrounded himself with the masters of these conditions: medical, organizational, preparedness. He will be the greatest leader in American history, and America will fight back strong under Donald Trump's presidency." Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon for our notifications at your fingertips.